Sitting courtside with head coach LeVelle Moton as you're listening and watching the Eagles postgame report brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Chris Hooks and head coach LeVelle Moton, as the Eagles unfortunately couldn't make it 4 in a row, falling 73-56 to Air Force to even their record at 4-4 on the season. And coach, it seems like we flashed back to December 2nd, 2009 when we were here trailing by 20 at the half. We cut it to a single-digit deficit late in the second half, but made mistakes late, and we lose by double figures, and kind of frustrating for you, it has to be.
Yeah, most definitely. We didn't come out the first half and play with the necessary energy that it takes to beat a team of this caliber on the road. Anytime you go on the road, you have to come out and throw the first punch, and we certainly started off, but I think the key play in the game was when Justin got his second foul. I mean, he's the engine of this team. He makes everyone better, especially on the defensive end of the floor. He compliments everyone, and when he's not in the game, we certainly skip a beat, so to speak. So we have to do a better job. But overall, I was just not pleased at all with our effort and energy in the first half. I thought the second half we played hard, but that's what we're supposed to do.
And you even, as hard as you played, you were able to cut it to 9 with Landon's three-pointer like 75% of the way down, cutting to 6 possibly, and it just seemed like from there Air Force was able to pull away and you couldn't muster another effort. But just talk about the team's second half effort, even though it may have been a little too late.
Well, I'm still not pleased defensively. I think we was holding teams to close to 40% shooting defensively. We allowed this team to shoot 50% the first half and 48% of the second half. And when you allow teams to shoot that well on the road, you're not going to win. You're not giving yourself an opportunity to win a basketball game. We're just giving up too many offensive rebounds. And, it's just toughness. We just wasn't tough tonight. We gave in to the altitude and, the lack of officiating and so on and so forth. But those things are to be expected on the road. So we just have to play much better.
Tonight's New York Life player of the game is David Best, the sophomore from Raleigh, finished with a career game, so to speak. 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 blocks in 24 minutes of action. New York Life is a proud sponsor of today's player of the game. Contact your local New York Life General Office at 919-781-3100. New York Life, the company you keep. Coach, talk about David Best's effort tonight. I know you've seen this kid play since his high school days, and you got to see a little flashback of that. That's the David Best you've been looking for.
Yeah, in spurts, it's the David Best I've been looking for. I just jumped on him in the locker room. I told him, when he outweighs his opponent by 75 pounds at least, it shouldn't take him 11 shots to get 12 points. He's given in to a knee injury, and it's been somewhat frustrating because he's never been hurt in his life and it hasn't healed. In a timely manner that he would like for it to heal. But as long as he's on this floor, he's more than capable of producing. So, hopefully, if we want to take a silver lining out the cloud, this could be a positive force for him to head in the proper direction of where we want him to be.
I really thought in the second half, like you said, you battled back, rebounding obviously an issue, but it really seemed like in the second half you were able to impose what you were wanting to do as far as pressure them, and they certainly were uncomfortable with 13 turnovers, most of them in the second half.
Yeah, we wanted the pressure in the first half, but the difference between the first and the second half, we didn't make shots to set up our pressure in the first half. I think after the first 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, we scored 11 points of the game, and then we just went on a drought. I thought we fell in love with the three-point line. We kind of got happy, and you live by, you die by. We were 6 for 21 from the three-point line, and I thought some of those looks in the first half was forced. I thought we just settled instead of attacking and putting the proper pressure on that defense, to make sure we generated any easy baskets for us.
Another silver lining, 10 for 12 from the free throw line. I know that's been a bit of a struggle for us this season, so that's something you can build on.
Yeah, it's a bit better. That's fool's gold. When you're down 20 and you're at the free throw line, it's not as much pressure as, and I'm a realist. I don't want to be a pessimistic, coach or whatever, but I'm just telling you, it is what it is. We have to make those when we down 2 or up 2 or whenever it's a close ball game. But, once again, it is a silver lining that we can harp on and take with us to Michigan.
Yep. And speaking of Michigan, you got a couple days off before we take on them as we'll head there tomorrow. Just your mindset and what's your focus heading into that?
We just have to get this game out of our system. And we can't allow Air Force to beat us twice because Michigan is playing great basketball right now. B-Line is finally, we got the program going in the direction in which he would like. And it's going to be tough up there playing in Ann Arbor. Their fans are going to be, crazy, so to speak. And we're going to have our hands full. So we have to be mentally tough and physically tough and just make toughness plays on the basketball floor. And that's what we're not doing right now. And that's the disappointing, part. So we're going to have a tough practice tomorrow, without a doubt.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time and best of luck as we get set to take on Michigan.
No, thanks a lot, Coach.
That was head coach LeVelle Moton, and that'll do it for tonight's broadcast here from Clune Arena. Eagles fall tonight by the final score of 73-56.